Call 323-665-4294.
Welcome back, everybody. CRN Digital Talk Radio. We'll be getting to your phone calls. Barbara, Billy, we'll be talking. We got more to talk about, believe me, about this. A little bit of an expose into what exactly is the fried rice at Panda Express. Is it fried rice? Hey, joining us now, we happen to have with us lifestyle blogger Ronnie Noon. And Ronnie Noon is here to kind of give us the latest on living a lighter and healthier life. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing excellent.
Doing all right.
Tell us all the things that we need to know.
Oh my gosh, I have tons of tips for you guys. Yeah, I am a healthy living blogger, so I blog online and kind of share my life. And I lost 65 pounds.
Very good.
Gosh, going 6 years now. So I've been maintaining it, and I did it all online, and I still kind of use the blog to express all that.
Very cool. So kind of the blog is a great kind of a tool that not only you've used to kind of get the word out, but obviously people across the country can take advantage of the advice.
Yeah, it actually kind of leads into one of my tips, which is to be accountable. The blog really helped me stay accountable because I committed to the blog and kind of facing some feelings as I was going through while losing weight and connecting with others. So it's really allowed me to make a lot of connections online and have almost like an outlet as I was losing weight.
I take it 6 years in the making. Where do you think this is gonna where is this all headed? Going strong, obviously, but is there kind of bigger and better things that people can look forward to coming up?
Well, I mean, I'm working with a lot of brands now, like Weight Watchers Ice Cream, and I'm also publishing my first cookbook soon. So really, I've kind of parlayed this into, I've changed my whole career.
It's really been a catalyst for great things.
Mm-hmm. And it all started by making kind of some small changes, and it really goes back to the tips that I'm kind of sharing to help people with their New Year's resolutions, which seems to be when people kind of start to rethink about committing to living a little healthier or dropping a few pounds.
So what are some of these tips?
So really, I think so many people kind of, by this time we're like 18 days into the new year, and people start to already kind of waver from their New Year's resolutions. And I think the first thing that we need to realize as we kind of enter in some especially the new year, enter in some of our goals, is that you're never going to be perfect. That was what I struggled with for so long. I kind of always had this idea that, I was set a goal to lose weight, and I thought my diet had to be perfect. I had to work out perfectly. I had to eat only vegetables, whatever I had that picture in my mind. And then as soon as something was introduced that made it hard to be perfect, then I just abandoned the goal completely instead of just continuing to move forward and make small changes. So that's by far my biggest tip is to not, it's this getting rid of the all or nothing mentality and realizing that small changes really do make a big difference.
See, now I also kind of have been struggling with some weight, back in my earlier years, and the one thing that always happens with me is that I'll be doing really good on my diet for the day. I'm eating healthy. I had a lot of protein, a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. But then this happened yesterday. Even I kind of broke down and I saw a little jar of candy, so I had a little handful of M&Ms. And then I started getting really depressed. Like, oh great, there I go again, just ruining the entire day by just a handful of M&Ms. What good is that for me? Yet kind of bagging on myself.
Right. And see, and that's the concept of. So the handful of M&Ms, really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things if you can contain it to that one handful of M&Ms, which is what most of us have a problem with. But so forgetting, owning that, saying, you know what, I'm going to have a handful of M&Ms, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think changing that little shift in mentality that happens versus oh my gosh, I've ruined my diet, I might as well just order pizza for dinner now and throw away the rest of the day, to, you know what, I'm going to have a handful of M&Ms and just keep making the good choices for the rest of the day. And it's hard for some of us to do that, but that's really that concept of realizing that you really aren't going to be perfect. It's really not going to happen. And the sooner we kind of accept it and then be able to approach the handful of M&Ms without having our entire diet success hinge on that handful of M&Ms, I think the better off we are.
Ronnie, how can people find you on the internet? The internet's obviously a huge space to seek out information. How do people find Ronnie Noon, and how do people get involved and in touch with your blog?
Well, I have these tips right now, actually, on my blog, ronniesway.com. I have quite a few online properties, as I call them, so because I spread myself across it, and I'm a little bit of a fanatic with the social media stuff. But these tips right now are on ronniesway.com, and it's really my place where I share kind of my thoughts, my struggles, and really try to relate to those who have kind of a similar mentality when it comes to weight loss that I know that I always had.
And so the website is ronniesway.com?
Ronnie's Way, kind of a play on words, like Ronnie's Way, W-E-I-G-H.
Well, what a great success story. Not only your own personal weight loss, but the way that now you've been able to kind of reach out and influence others.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great, and I'm having a lot of opportunities like this to kind of share some of my other tips. And I have, it's just really kind of reflecting what I know has worked for me, and I remember my old mentality really well, and so to be able to relate to those that are currently in that and say, this is what's helped me, this is how I've kind of gotten over this yo-yo dieting that I was in for so long.
Are you also on Facebook?
I am, yeah, I am on Facebook, facebook.com/Ronnie's Way. It's Ronnie's Way is usually my handle, I guess you can say.
Gotcha.
There we go. Ronnie Noon, ronniesway.com. We'll be checking it all out, keeping up with the blogger extraordinaire, Ronnie Noon, helping us live a lighter and healthier life. Hey, Ronnie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.
There you go, Ronnie Noon. Hey, coming back, we'll finish up with this controversy. Could you imagine that here on What's Cooking?
A controversy. Dun, dun, dun.
Is it rice or is it not rice?
Is it fried?
Something other than rice.
Want to know how you can get the latest in consumer electronics for free? Then log on to freeslide10.com and find out how you can get a free